Welcome back to the Packaging School Show. I'm Kevin Cagley, Creative Director at the Packaging School, and we hope you're all doing well. Yesterday, here in Greenville, South Carolina, my phone and my wife's phone, all the phones in the house made the horrible noise, that emergency alert sound, telling us all to go home and stay home. I was like, okay, that's where I am. That's where I've been. And that's where all of you are as well, or should be anyway. Being at home has been challenging, but it's also been really good too. My wife and I have worked in the yard. We've gone on walks. We've swept the floors. We've gone on walks. We've swept the floors. We've gone on floors. We've swept the floors. We've swept the floors. Why is there always stuff on the floors? It's just sweeping. So what have you been doing to stay sane at home? Tell us about that in the comments. And things change daily, and there's new information all the time. And if you're not careful, you can find yourself constantly being under the waterfall of information. I mean, it's there at our fingertips. And sometimes you might find yourself unable to pull away from that. And while that might make you the most informed, it might also make you the least productive. So the world needs you. The packaging world needs you. So step away. Because I believe that when we get on the other side of this, and we will, the world is going to have a renewed appreciation for packaging. I'm not the only one who believes this. In fact, today I'm going to interview someone who believes in packaging so much that he has made it his life's work, and he's also founded a school that teaches the language of packaging. He's an associate professor of packaging science at Clemson University and the founder of the Packaging School, Dr. Andrew Hurley, or as I know him, Dr. Andrew Hurley.
Andrew, thank you for taking a few moments to talk to us today. I feel like we're used to seeing each other pretty often, but not so much these days. You're at home now with the whole fam. How are you handling that? What's it like being home now? Because I know you're a professor, but now you're kind of like a professor at home too. Like there's homeschool. Does that make you like the dean of your house or something?
Oh man, I've got a great companion who is managing our homeschool efforts at the moment, which have been really interesting actually, and learning a lot, spending a lot of time with the family, which is a great thing, and having to pick up a lot of new roles and responsibilities. But I think in the end, that's it's pretty positive.
I know you've devoted your life to packaging, and in these crazy times, packaging still exists, and it's going to exist. So what's your perspective on the packaging industry right now with the impact of COVID-19?
Even though that, I mean, just personally, and this is anecdotal, right? So I can only report on what I've seen in my inbox, but I'm connected to hundreds of packaging companies that are out there. And by far, the message has been, we're ramping up production. We're ramping up hours. We have ramped up staff. We're trying to meet all these orders. The big problem that a lot of my colleagues in the packaging world are experiencing, really comes down to a few interesting things. Labor is an issue. People fear about the illness, right? And at the same time, like both of us, you're homeschooling your family now, and this has numerous obstacles that have to be overcome in order to be productive and efficient in the workplace.
So in packaging, do you think that this is a time of innovation?
I think that companies can use their labor force in very innovative ways during these times. And those that will thrive and be successful during this time, and of course on the rebound on the back end of it, will have a brand new vision on how people interact at the office and in the plant and the roles that they provide. The amount of tools and the adoption of tools just like this that we're using right now is the only way forward for many operations. So imagine the ability to integrate VR and AR experiences on site and be able to leverage those working from home. I can't imagine how that wouldn't be also super efficient post COVID-19 times. So I think that those that are willing to invest in new ideas now and deploy mechanisms and devices on current operations, and allowing people to log in, complete things, conduct things, do audits virtually, things like this. These all have they solve current problems, but at the same time, they open up opportunities that didn't exist before prior to this.
So I think that these tools that we're using right now are probably going to play a bigger role in our lives. I think this pandemic has revealed what's possible, that people can still do great things remotely, still be productive, and keep the ball moving forward.
Yeah, I think the situation has done great things for all the folks who wanted more flexibility in their daily work routine, being able to work from home and how to work from home. Every company in the world now has to develop tools and accessibility models to allow everyone to be able to perform their daily functions. So I only see that as a great positive thing. Having the flexibility, if their job allows for it, to be able to be remote, is a positive thing.
That being said, do you have any final words for packaging professionals that are at home and they're finding these new habits and still trying to find their way in this new kind of normal? Any encouraging words for them about their jobs, the industry, or where we're headed?
I'm a believer in the packaging industry. It's always been, I hear this fairly frequently, that the industry is recession proof, and that's fairly time tested. Packaging companies are operating, and the biggest concern that they have is being able to meet demand and be able to predict material and handle inventory, and then be able to grow that inventory so they can be more autonomous across their traditional supply chain. I think that everything's going to be different, but I'm embracing that with a positive attitude, because it's, this is a time to improve. This is a time to refine. This is a time to hone your skills, and all the things that you've kind of always wanted to do from a personal, professional aspect, those things that kind of blend together there. Now's the time to be doing that. Now's the time to be working and starting those goals, because they're in the benefit of you and your employer at this moment in time. I mean, you can, a lot of us cannot be 100% there with the tasks that we had before. And so as you adjust and figure things out, which you will, and I think everybody will, if that's what they want to do, is that they will gain periods of time to grow in ways that before this, it wasn't in their periphery, and now it can be. So I think that's pretty fantastic, and I've tried my best to keep a positive attitude here. I've limited the amount of news that I'm watching and listening and reading. I've limited that time. I found out right before bed is not the best time for me, where I traditionally read the news.
Right.
I do that at a different time, actually. So these during my breaks in the middle of the day. And I'm focusing on my goals, and I'm trying to redefine my goals too. Anything that you had in your 2020 plans, you need to go back to those.
So thank you for those words, Andrew, and thank you for your time. I'll let you get back to being the dean or the associate dean of the House of Hurley. I don't know what your school's name is there at your house, but probably something creative. But give our love to your family, and you guys stay safe, and hope to see you face to face very soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for all that you're doing, Kevin. The show is awesome. I enjoy watching these episodes, and I'm looking forward to all the creativity to come and the different projects that you're working on. So thank you.
Sure.
So I hope you're encouraged by that interview. Andrew is he's such a great guy. He's fun. He's upbeat. He's optimistic. And he's always looking for the silver lining in the clouds. So it's good to have him leading the way at the packaging school, and helping us educate all of you, no matter where you are in the world. And I just want to remind you of one last thing. Keep calm, carry on, and wash your hands. See you next time.